Now, see, my example was that I was too sensitive. That was what people tried to get me to remove from my identity. Like Miss Tina said, the enemy started early.
Yeah.
He started young, and he tried to tell me that I was too sensitive. But one of the things that I believe God has called me to is discipleship. It's sitting with people in their pain and encouraging them out of the trenches. You tell me how I'm supposed to do that if I'm not sensitive enough to see that people are suffering in the first place.
Amen.
Now, I will say that I believe these things he's given us are tools, right? Like I had to learn there's a time and a place for my emotions, and I can't just go around crying whenever I feel like it. But whenever someone needs to know that I empathize with their pain, I set those emotions free, like the weapon against the enemy that they were intended to be. It's all about using the gifts that he gave us in the way that he intended for them to be used. You are not too quiet. You are just quiet enough to make people feel heard. You're not too loud. You're just loud enough to speak up against what's happening with our children.
Amen.
You are not too dramatic. You are just dramatic enough to make people feel celebrated.
Amen.
And you may say, Caitlin, I just don't feel like I deserve this, all of this, right? Can I just tell you, yes, you do. If you were his daughter, yes, you do. And I understand better than anyone the hesitation to latch on to that because I did not feel like I deserved it. And he had to teach me. And he had to break it down for me like I was 5 years old. So I'm going to break it down for you the same way. 1 Peter 2:9 says, you're a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special possession, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. It's kind of like, I'm going to pull a Tammy and sing.
Go ahead.
Sing an old song. Like that old song. Into marvelous light I'm running. Out of darkness, out of... Anybody? Shame? Shame. Caitlin, what's up? See, shame was the main emotion that I felt. Not for any good reason, but just because the enemy wanted to put that inside of me. I felt ashamed of who I was. And so I assumed that God was ashamed of me. And I didn't approach him because I didn't want him to see me. Anybody ever felt that way? I just assumed that he was ashamed because I wasn't really doing anything for him. I would go to church on Sunday mornings and I would pray when I needed to, and that was the extent of my faith. Does that sound familiar? But he's not ashamed of you. I can tell you that right now. One night he was teaching me about this, and he said, Caitlin, I want to teach you the difference between what you earn and what you deserve. And I said, okay. He said, why don't you tell me the kind of things that you earn? And I said, well, I guess you could earn money. You could earn people's trust. You could earn people's respect. He said, yeah. Now, what kind of things do you deserve? Now, I don't know about y'all, but I went to Sunday school. I knew this answer, right? And I very confidently said, nothing. I deserve nothing because I'm a dirty, dirty sinner, and apart from you, I'm worthless. And he said, wrong, baby girl. That was the old you that was separated from me through sin, but you are a new creation now.
Amen.
And so what you deserve is everything that I paid for with my son on the cross. You are royalty. You're a daughter of the king. Daughters of kings don't earn their title. It is given to them simply because of who their father is.
Yes.
It is their birthright.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So good.
See, God's not handing out circles. He's handing out kingdoms.
Right.
I mean, did he not command each and every one of us to go out into the earth and take dominion over it? Go take it because it's yours.
Right.
It is your birthright as his daughter. And yet we've been tricked into thinking we have to earn it. Doesn't that tick you off? Like, that kind of ticks me off.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that in church? But that's not how it was intended to be.